Are your athletes worried about mistakes, or are they learning from them? Do your players compete with each other or for each other? Welcome to the Around the Dirt Coffee Talk. I'm your host, BJ Johnson, and every week we're serving up a hot cup of truth, strategy, and motivation for players, parents, and coaches in the bat and ball community. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk. Welcome back, Coffee Talk family. We're in week 3 of our series on mental health in youth sports. And if you've been following along, first off, thank you. We've talked about pressure. We've talked about burnout. And now we're getting into the part that hits closest to home. The part that makes a lot of adults uncomfortable. Today, we're talking about the climate that you create. Because let's be real. Our athletes don't just respond to the game. They respond to the environment built around it. I remember there was this one young athlete that used to train here at SFS, and she was talented. I mean, she had that kind of swing that made you stop and watch. But something felt a little off. She would step in the cage, and the second she mishit a ball, she'd stop and say, "My coach is going to yell at me for that." And that truly concerned me because that told me she wasn't playing to get better. She was playing not to get yelled at. And parents and coaches, this is what we mean when we talk about climate. Meaning you can have the best facilities, the best drills, the best gear, but if the climate is toxic, none of that even matters. When I talk about climate, I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about the tone and culture around your athlete. Is your climate built on fear or freedom? Are your athletes worried about mistakes, or are they learning from them? Do your players compete with each other or for each other? A healthy climate is what psychologists call a task-involving environment. That means effort, improvement, and learning are celebrated. Unhealthy climates are ego-involving, where kids feel compared and judged and pressured to be perfect. Now, according to studies from the American Psychological Association and the NCAA's best practice guides, kids who train in ego-driven climates experience higher anxiety, lower motivation, and are twice as likely to burn out by age 15. But when the focus shifts to growth, autonomy, and belonging, athletes thrive. They recover faster from mistakes, they stay in the game longer, and they develop confidence that goes way beyond the field. And coaches, I want to talk to you first. And I get it. I know you want to win, and I know you want results. But the best coaches know if you focus on culture first, winning becomes a byproduct. Now, here's what a healthy coaching climate looks like. 1, consistency over chaos. Kids can't grow when they don't know what version of you they're going to get. So be steady, correct them, but never crush them. And 2, praise over process. Don't just shout out, "Great hit." Say something like, "I love how you stayed balanced through your swing." That teaches them what's repeatable. And 3, use language that builds, not breaks. Swap out, "Why did you do that?" for "What were you trying to do there?" One kills confidence, the other invites conversation. And 4, make practice a lab, not trial. Create situations where mistakes are expected. If you want your hitters to perform under pressure, put a runner on third with 2 outs in the cage, but frame it as learning, not punishment if they fail. And finally, 5, model emotional control. If you lose it every time something goes wrong, they learn to panic too. You can't coach calm if you don't manage it. Now let's talk about the stands. Parents, your sideline control matters too. I've seen players look in the stands after every swing, not to check the score, but to see if mom and dad looks disappointed. That's the climate. It's body language, it's tone, it's energy. You might not say a word, but your face tells the story. So here's what parents can do right now to create a better climate. 1, control the ride home. You always hear me say it, but this is where the most damage happens. Don't turn it into a post-game conference. Instead, say, I love watching you play. Let the car ride be peace, not pressure. 2, celebrate grit, not just greatness. Instead of, hey, you went 3 for 3, try, I'm proud of how you battled through that tough at bat. That language builds resilience. 3, stay out of the dugout, mentally and literally. Don't coach from the fence. Don't mouth mechanics between pitches. Trust the process and let your coaches coach. 4, be their safe space. Your athlete already has enough people telling them what they did wrong. Be the person who reminds them who they are, not what they do. At SFS, we build our systems around culture first. Every coach in my facility knows we teach posture, balance, and barrel control. Above all, we teach composure. Our job isn't just to build better hitters, it's to build calm competitors. Because if your athlete can learn how to stay calm under pressure, under chaos, they will not only win in the game, but they'll win in life. All right, so let's keep it simple. Don't shame your kids for mistakes, but do praise recovery and resilience. Don't compare one player to the other, but do compare your athlete to who they were last week. Don't create a climate of fear, but do create a climate of freedom. So here's your challenge this week. Take inventory of the climate that you create. If you're a coach, ask your team anonymously, what's one word that describes how it feels to play here? If you're a parent, ask your athlete, what's one word that describes how it feels when I watch you play? That feedback might change everything because the climate you create sets the tone for how your athlete experiences the game and how they experience themselves. Next week, we'll wrap this series up with a powerful episode about red flags, referrals, and building a support system and what to do when your athlete's struggles go beyond the game. I'm BJ Johnson, and remember, we're not just raising athletes, we're raising humans. We'll see you next week. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Coffee Talk. Subscribe to our channel and connect with us on social media to keep the conversation going. Ready to grow the game we love? Join us at AroundTheDirt.com. The bigger our community, the stronger the game. Play ball, connect all.